Hello, I do thank you for your beautiful time. This is a timeless collective general reading. This is just going to be an intuitive message that I had gotten earlier. I'm trying to figure out how to put these together, as this is kind of like a new layout for me, new setup, a new way of getting my messages, and Spirit said not to worry about it, just to put it out, and everything else would fall into place. So I'm just going to go ahead and trust that. So again, I thank you for your time. I am going to start the reading with a message from, let's see, I don't really want to back it up. Okay, but I have to, so I'm going to. This is Alexis Rakin, Magical Spirit Oracle. And then, let's see. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm just using the space that I have. Anyways, this is called The Brilliance of You. She's one of my favorite artists, and she decided to come out with an oracle deck, and I think I pre-ordered it. I just love her artwork so much. So before I get into this channeled message, Spirit said, pull one from here, and so we're going to go ahead and do that. This is going to be a timeless message, so if this message is just finding you, whoever you are at this time, there's a message for you maybe at this time. All right, a message for the beautiful collective. Please and thank you, Spirit. A message for the, okay, for the beautiful collective. All right. You don't need it all figured out. The gifted guide, stars, chaos, and opportunity. You don't, is this focusing? I think my screen's dirty, but I'm not going to clean it now. I'll figure that out. 2:02 on the clock. Okay. You don't need it all figured out, whoever you are, right? This message here is, you don't figure it out. You don't need to figure it out. And that's so funny because this is going to be a shorter one. I already know, because, the channeled message I got, I was down at the beach doing my thing, and 2:22 on the clock. And I was on this beautiful walk. It was like a winter day. The beaches were pretty empty, and it was during school hours. And I know this because my child was in a school program. And I'm walking back. I've had a pretty epic walk already, pretty epic day at the beach. Had already jumped in, did a little polar bear dived, cleaned my energy, got to pray, got to walk, got to sit in the sun, and I'm walking back, and I've already gotten kind of a few downloads, and I look up, and I think I was listening to music at the time, and I get a lot of my messages from music, but I look up, and I was kind of it was out of a movie, the scene that I saw. So I grew up down at this stretch of beach, and as I look out, across the sand come 4, probably 12, anywhere from 10 to 13-year-old girls. There's 4 of them. And it was a scene out of some surf movie. They're all in wetsuits. They're 12-ish years old, give or take. And they all have these pretty badass boards. They weren't you can tell these were not seasoned surfers, but these were for sure not a board that you would buy at Costco. Not that there's anything wrong with that, collective. If you have a board from Costco, everyone starts somewhere. Wave riders are awesome. Anyways, if you know, you know. But they had some pretty flashy decks, and they jumped first of all, they're little tiny, and they're just it was out of a Point Break movie, except that they're these 12-year-old girls during school hours, which it dawned on me really quickly that, and my child's not in a traditional school setting. He just happened to be in a school setting at those hours, and I happened to know it was around school time. So these girls jumped into the water. There was 4 of them. They did not, maybe some of them looked like they could be sisters, maybe cousins, but not by blood relation. I'm making some major assumptions here. I didn't stop to ask them if they were related or anything like that. I just got the vibe that these were four, it felt like soul sisters, okay? So the number 4 may have some significance, and I do know that that's like a huge angel number, right? Protection, guidance, and again, over the salt water, right? So the number 4 with protection, like I'm getting like heavily protected energy. Now, whether this has some sort of significance with you, I say all this to say, this particular scene that I saw, so these girls come flying across the dry sand, they like throw their boards in the water like a bunch of old pros, and they just like start paddling out and just like rushing these beautiful sets on an empty beach. And I swear, it was like, it felt like it was out of a movie. And these girls clearly were very good surfers. They grew up in the water. I did not see an actual parent around. That doesn't mean that there wasn't one around. And it didn't matter because, I mean, I know I was, sorry, my dog. I know that I was down at the beach at that age. So didn't matter. These soul sisters, right? These 4 young women jumped into the water, absolutely just super stoked. When I say stoked, I mean like epically stoked. Start charging these like fairly decent sets, and I mean the amount of energy coming out of these beautiful souls was so magnetic and so huge for their tiny bodies. It was like palpable, and I just seeing them in this state of bliss brought my heart so much joy. So whether all of this energy is collectively you as one person, or actually maybe this will resonate with somebody who has a set of soul sisters, and the number 4 may have some significance for you, right? In some way, shape, or form. And actually these might not, I just heard, might all not be feminine energies, right? And it is just an energy, but you know, the idea of people allowing you, whether masculine or feminine, allowing you to, yeah, loyal, my dog's in the back, allowing you to be accepted, right, in the feminine, in that beautiful divine feminine energy, that empress energy of like acceptance, right? So accepting you for who you are and celebrating that, right, with like an energy that's bigger than life. Now again, this could just be you as an overall energy, or this could be you within a group of people. Yeah, okay, confirmation. Anyways, I'm gonna read this, and then if there's any more messages, but I think that's the energy of like just finding something that you're so wild. I'm not reading the message yet. This is still just part of like the download, that like the channel message, and Spirit said like it doesn't matter. Spirit said don't worry about that, just keep going. Okay. You know, maybe actually, okay, I'm gonna read this. This is pretty short and sweet. What I had written down from that actual day in the actual moment. And I didn't like correct the typos, so excuse me if I stumble for a second or take a small moment, because I catch them sometimes. Otherwise we can have a laugh together. So I saw a group of young ladies, 12 years old, all on surfboards, hair tied back in the middle of an empty beach in the winter. They went out and charged, it was a location at the beach, right? And they went out and charged the ocean, and I thought to myself, how amazing, what a beautiful sense. As I was getting chills, as I say this, unity, togetherness, it's a like-minded business. Interesting that I wrote that. I mean, I said it, so it's text to voice to text, so I don't know what I was trying to say, but I don't believe in coincidence, so this could be in business, right? This could be a collaboration of 4 people within business, right? This doesn't have to be family, though it could be. This could be cousins, this could be soul family, this could be in business. There's a reason I wrote that, or that at least made it onto my notes. And so it made me think of communities, right? Soul sisters, heavy soul sister energy, divine, feminine, collective, really coming into a resonance with each other. And this was very much around that full moon energy. It was on the other side of the full moon, but it was very shortly after in terms of days. And they didn't need validation, right? They didn't need validation because there was no one on the beach. There was no one watching them. And it was this act of desire and passion and purpose for these young ladies. Maybe related, maybe not. It didn't really matter. They literally jumped in the water so stoked on their boards and just charged it fearlessly, bravely. It was beautiful. That was what I wrote. And that... Okay, Spirit, I got it. You collective, right? I wrote business for a reason. You may be on the verge or in the process or thinking of or currently actively working on some sort of business, right? With, now again, does not have to be all feminine energies, though that was the actual vision I got. It's just that energy of acceptance, right? That and regardless of gender, it's the energy of acceptance. So masculine or feminine, however one's identifies, or any beautiful energy in between. It's really just an energy. But there's something here, right? And it was not needing I forgot that I wrote that, right? Not needing the validation because there was no one watching, right? It was this pure act of desire and passion and purpose for these beautiful souls, we'll just say, right? Whether this is you as an individual, right? And maybe that's like the other message that I'm getting right now, like in tarot, when you think like you could be in this Empress energy or Emperor energy if you're a masculine energy. Again, it's just an energy, as we have those polarities, again, within both of us, within us all. And that was actually turned on to me from a reader. And it took me a while to really wrap my head around what that is. And I have so much respect for this particular reader on how to address that, right? The masculine and feminine polarities within us all outside of gender. And I think and I owe so much to that particular reader for enlightening me on that. So I pay that forward, right? Not trying to take that from that reader, but really trying to pay that forward in the idea that it's, I'm sure, not unique. It's definitely not unique to me. And whether that was a download they got or something they heard and are just also paying it forward, right? It's not unique to me, but it was unique to me at the time. So there's a reason I'm saying all this, right? It's like this new, unique idea, right? So maybe there's some sort of a business venture. I say it's all part of the download. So it's all part of the channeled message that I'm getting. So I see now as it circles back, it's like there may be some sort of idea, whether this is in business, right? This idea particularly, per se, whatever it is that you're embarking on, particularly, whether this is you in that like boss like energy, and I think that's why I saw like the Emperor and Empress card. Embodying all four of the kings or queens in the deck, right? Making you the Empress, and that's why the number 4 is coming to mind. Or this is you with a group of people collaborating, right? Bringing something I heard into your community. Beautiful, right? To be of service. But I almost forgot about the card that I pulled, right? I've been kind of like staring off. I created this really new, beautiful space for me to do these messages, and it's like I got beautifully distracted, right? And then I forgot, oh yeah, I have this card that I pulled. And that's where I started. So again, I don't believe in coincidence. This all is part of the message. I feel like whatever this is that you are embarking upon, whether with a community of individuals, like-minded individuals, whether this is with family or soul family or just, a really deep connection within a possible business or a partnership currently or moving forward. The message that I got when I first jumped into this reading from this beautiful oracle deck was you don't need it all figured out, right? You don't need it all. It's like almost this magic is born just being present in that moment, right? The gifted guide, stars, chaos, and opportunity. Oh, chaos. And so chaos can often have a negative connotation, but that's actually not what I'm getting from this. It's like the girls were so, the surfers that I saw, those beautiful energies that just charged the ocean fearlessly without need for validation, right? That's all part of the message. Starseed energy, right? They saw an opportunity. I don't know if they were supposed to be in school, if they just got out of school, if they got out of school early, maybe they're unschooled. It doesn't matter. They saw an opportunity. They said, hey, you want to go do this? They all got their decks, whether it's from all their separate houses or maybe they all live together. I actually have no clue. It doesn't matter. They decided to go charge. And I mean, they ran in like a Baywatch commercial. Not like super sexy Pamela Anderson, but like in some pretty proper gear, right? They were prepared. So maybe you're just getting like properly prepared, but you're charging this fearlessly. And if you're not, you should be. You should be. And just, you know, it was when I saw the word chaos, it was like I didn't get a negative connotation at all from it. Actually, what I got was like organized chaos, right? It was like no matter how cold the water was, they were still going to go. They had the wetsuits for it, right? Didn't matter the time of day. If they only had, 30 minutes, maybe that's why they were running. They're like, yeah, you can go surfing, but you got like 40 minutes and you got to be back home to do your homework. I don't know. It was almost like chaos energy, but in the best way. I mean, I've never been a surfer like that, but like it definitely made me have like the energy made me want to like jump in on it, right? Like it was so great just to be present and to watch. So whatever it is that you're working on right now, right? This is an opportunity, whether personally or professionally. This is again going to resonate a little differently for everybody. But the message here is you don't need it all figured out, right? Your guides are letting you know there's this magic, right? This magic just is created in the opportunity itself, in the connection of that energy. It was like it drew me in. I mean, anyone that was on this empty beach couldn't have not missed this epic scene of these beautiful energies just flying over the water, charging it fearlessly. And it was like out of a scene out of Point Break, but it wasn't like a bank robbers. It was like love surfing the ocean. It was so palpable and like so hyphy and so energetic and magnetic. And they weren't doing it for anyone to watch. No one was really there, but the few magical souls that got to witness their magic walked away with some magic. And they didn't even mean for that to happen. It just happened. And here I am passing it on to you. Right? They don't know how far that message of them just being authentically themselves, not needing it all figured out, right? Being guided to the ocean, like that was the gift. So, whatever this is for you, beautiful collective, just know. Keep charging fearlessly forward, right? Being brave. And if this is with a community of people, I think you are. And when you have those right individuals around you, because magic just happens. So that is the message. I'm not going to force it. As I'm learning how to channel better and more bravely and myself charge forward, I thank you for allowing me to stumble across these channeled messages and how to get them across to you with the best amount of clarity and just allowing me to be that channel and to figure out how to get these visions across. And I just, more than anything, I thank you for your time, and I hope that they reach. I know that they will reach. Spirit tells me they will, and that's what I have to have faith in, whether it's today, tomorrow, a year from now, a week from now, it doesn't matter. I'm still putting them out because I know that the purpose is that they are going to reach the right person at the right time. Just like I could have been on the beach at any other time, but I was there at that exact time. I took a walk. I extended my walk further than I was supposed to go that day. But I was just at the right time, at the right place. Otherwise, these girls were running way too fast. They might have already been in the water. I might have already passed them. I surely wasn't going to look back. I had my headphones in. I wasn't really looking for them. But I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. So I think there's a message in that for you. Being at the right place at the right time, right? Not needing it figured out. I don't need to figure out what the message is. I just need to put the message out and know that it's going to get to where it needs to go. But I was at the right time to get the download, to get the message to the place that it needs to be at the right time. And those beautiful souls were in the ocean and got out of wherever they were going to get into the water to have that magical moment. They didn't need it figured out. It was organized chaos at its best. This whole thing is organized chaos at its best. And that is so cool. I could really jump down the rabbit hole, and that's funny because the scene on the card really reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, and that like makes me think of the White Rabbit and time and time being an illusion. And I mean, again, I could jump down the magic, the rabbit hole. That might resonate for someone. That's funny, Spirit. Okay. Well, that's it. That's really it. I'm ending this message. Thank you for your time. If you dig the message, don't forget to like it on your way out. If you want more messages, don't forget to subscribe. And hey, just keep being fearless, brave, beautiful you. That's all. You don't have to do anything except for that. I mean, you don't have to do anything ever, not for any reason other than just keep being beautiful, brave, fearless you. Yeah, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for your time. Bye.